When the Belmont Stakes is run on June 6, American Pharoah will have a chance to become horse racing's 12th Triple Crown champion and the first to win it since 1978. Here with me now is expert analyst Mark Lathrop to give us his early predictions for the race. Thanks for joining us, Mark. Now, the Belmont Stakes is known for being the toughest of the three legs of the Triple Crown. For example, there's the fact that it's the longest race at 1.5 miles. Mark, what's been the difference maker in horse racing since the last time the Triple Crown was won in the 70s and now? Why can't we seem to get a winner here in all three races?
Good morning, Megan. I wouldn't say I was an expert at horses, but I'm an expert at looking at data, and you know, it all really goes to the length here of the race and the unnatural selection of how horses have been bred since the 1970s, when these races of 1.5 miles or 12 furlongs or wherever you want to call it, they just aren't as many of them. So why would you want to breed a horse to run in a race that you're going to see every blue moon? I mean, horses are expensive, so these investors want return on their money, and so you have a combination of breeding out horses that can run that length and training. So if you look at the data before affirmed in 1978, you had a 50-year period where 50% of the Triple Crown contenders went on and won the Belmont. So you'd think in a normal statistical environment, you'd go from 50% won to 25% won, then 10% won, and finally you'd bred out the even possibility that it happened. So in this case, the trend's a little unnatural. Because it hasn't faded away, but I think it's just a combination of the two. You've got breeding and you've got training for certain distances.
All right then, Mark, can you kind of break down some of the other challenges we'll see for American Pharoah in this race?
Well, there's a few. It's important to note that the last 9 winners of the Belmont skipped one of the first 2 races. Horses get tired. They're not going to tell you. It's not a race car. Other than maybe it has gas. It has to travel. The travel demands are pretty strong. I don't know how a horse does it, really. You just got to stand there and not fall over. It could have a minor injury that it's not going to tell you about. It's not a person. It's not a sprinter. And we really don't know how hard the horse has been pressed in the first 2 races, although, it won pretty handily. And the Preakness, who knows if it was 100% max effort or not.
All right, now let's talk your betting perspective here then, Mark. Should we really have this much confidence in American Pharoah to go all the way and win the Triple Crown and end this drought?
Well, I'm going to use the public's kind of affliction to want a Triple Crown winner to make a not-so-sexy pick, and I'm not going to take him to win. That's, although I'm not going to bet against him, what I'm going to do is do a place or show bet on one of the strong horses from the Derby that skipped the Preakness to win. So a good choice there would be Materiality, who had a terrible start, through a shoe, got bumped all around, but still hung around the back of the pack and ended up 6th in the race. So I think that might play well in the distance of Belmont. I do like Frosted because I can pick him out in a crowd because he's gray. But he's a sprinter, so he might fade down the stretch for the Belmont. So that's how I'm going to play it. I'm going to do a place or show, not as a sexy pick, but I think in the end it's what's going to get it done.
All right, there you have it. Once again, SBR's expert handicapper Mark Lathrop with your first and early picks on the Belmont Stakes. Let us know if you agree or disagree with Mark. Comment below, give us your picks, and stick around for more of the best plays and predictions to bring you cash on the big race coming up on June 6th. You can only find the best right here with us at Sportsbook Review.